Okay, so as promised at the end of the last video, this video is going to teach you how to make your final customizations. Specifically, we're going to download a global section layout. We're going to download 4 of them, and they're going to be responsible for this panel, this full panel with this background image and these animated numbers. And this work with section, this whole background photo and all of this information shown here. And then what I call the footer, this whole white section down here that's at the bottom of virtually all the pages. So if you haven't already, I'm going to ask you to click on the orange download link below this video. It says click here to download the global section layouts. And when you click to download that global layout file, you're going to be taken back by the code that you're going to see here. Don't worry about any of this. You don't need to know what any of that means. All we need to worry about is mousing over here to the download link and to click download. And when you do that, it'll just take a moment to download, and you're going to find that in your downloads folder. So now that we properly have the file downloaded, we're going to go to our dashboard, mouse up to the very top here, top left where it shows your site name, and then dashboard. And then we're going to come down here where it says Divi, and we're going to go to Divi Library. And then up here at the top, you'll see there's nothing in the layout library right now. We're going to go ahead and import 4 global layouts that are going to make editing your site a snap for you in the future. So we're going to click on this import and export button. And when we do, we're going to click on the import tab specifically. And it says select file to import. We're going to click right here where it says no file selected. And then navigate to our downloads folder, and you'll see the Divi global section layouts here. Let's double click that. And now you'll see it's populated here, and we're going to click on Import Divi Builder Layouts. You don't have to worry about checking import presets. Just click on Import Divi Builder Layouts. And now you'll see that Divi, our theme, is bringing in these global layouts. So this is really cool because what we're going to be able to do is we're going to come in here and edit this footer with your information, and then we're going to replace it globally throughout your site, and you won't have to ever do it again. If you ever have any updates to your footer or to your numbers panel or your work with me or your testimonials pages, all you need to do is make the changes here, and they will show themselves globally throughout the site. Now, it's important for you to understand that the site in its existing form does not have these global panels or layouts already installed on it. So I'm going to show you how we're going to go into each of your pages. We're going to replace the existing footers, numbers, work with me sections, and testimonial sections with these global sections. And then we'll come back and we'll make a single edit to any of these files, and they will then appear across the site globally. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's mouse up to the top here and go to Visit Site, and we're going to click on Enable Visual Builder. Okay, the Visual Builder is loaded. We're going to scroll down to our first section, which is testimonials. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on right here. This whole blue area is the testimonials section. So I'm going to click down here until the blue plus presents itself, and I'm going to click on Add New Section. And then here I'm going to click on Add from Library. And from the library, you can now see that I have these 4 sections available to me. I'm going to choose the testimonials section, and then I'm going to click on Use This Section. And now you'll see that this is outlined in this global green, and we're going to get rid of the blue one. So all I have to do is click on this trash can on the blue delete section, and that is gone, and it's been replaced by a global section. I'm going to do the same thing here for this blue section. I'm going to mouse down to the bottom. This is our numbers section. I'm going to click on the blue plus sign that says Add New Section. I'm going to add from the library. Don't worry about what all those other options are. We just don't need to go into those. I'm going to click on Numbers. And again, I'm going to click on Use This Section. And it will load that now as a global green. And so we're going to come up to this one, to the blue, and click on the trash can to delete it. And now we have a global feature there. And we'll scroll down to the Work With panel. You probably guessed it. We're going to scroll down to this blue plus sign. and click on Add New Section, Add from Library, and this is the Work with Me section. I'll select that and click Use This Section. You'll see it populated there. It's global green. We'll come up to the blue and delete. And then we'll do it one more time with the footer here. We'll come down to the very bottom here and click on Add New Section, Add from Library, and this is going to be the footer. I'll use this section, and you'll see that now it is globally green, and we're going to delete the blue one. Okay? Now we're going to click on these three dots here down at the bottom and commit what we just did to a save. Now what we need to do is exit the Visual Builder here, and we'll do that for the remaining pages. Let's go to the About page, and we will click on Enable Visual Builder. Don't worry about the agent name being different here. We're going to come through and customize these after. Right now we're just adding all the global areas that we added. So here you'll see we have the numbers. So we're going to click on the blue plus and do just like we did to the previous page. This is going to be the numbers section. Use this section, and then we'll delete the blue because we know the green, the global green is here. We'll do the same thing for the testimonials. Click on the blue plus, add from library, testimonials, use this section, delete the blue. Here's the Work with Me panel. Go down, make sure you don't click on the green because that wouldn't be it. We got to make sure we click on the plus that's blue. Add a new section from library. This is the Work with Me. I'll go ahead and delete the blue one. And then for the page one more time for the footer here. Add from library, footer, use this section. And this may seem mundane having to do this for all of these pages, but believe me, once we're done with this, you're going to see the beauty and the ease for the future when you go to edit these pages. So we're done with the About page. I'm now going to click on Exit Visual Builder. So there are several other pages that we still need to do this activity for. And if we mouse over the About page, we just did this page, we'll need to do the city pages, whichever cities that you choose to incorporate into your website. So for me here, there'll be 3. And then we have to do the portfolio with the featured listings and the sold listings page, and then the home valuation page. So there's a total of 3, 4, 5, 6 more pages that we'll need to go to and edit and bring in these global layouts. So just once again, for a review, let's say we're going to do the home valuation page. I'd click on that page. I'm going to click on Enable Visual Builder. And I'm glad I chose this page because I'm going to show you how to replace the background image here on these full header images. It's a little bit tricky, but it's simple. Okay, so we're going to just scroll down, and again, I'll just do this one to show you. I'm going to click the blue plus sign, choose the Work with Me, use this section, delete the one that I just replaced, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the footer. You should be a pro at this now. And of course, you know we're going to delete this one. And then here's what's interesting. This panel here, it's really easy if you want to change this background, right? We showed previously that the background image is actually part of this full green global section. So we can edit the global section here as well. So if I want to change this background section globally, I would just click on this gear, then go to background, click on background image, and there's the image. And you know how to replace these now. The trick comes with this header. The nav menu that we made to be transparent kind of gets in the way of where we need to be to replace this image. You really can't click here to get into this background image here because the menu here is kind of, well, not kind of, the menu here is overlapping it. So it's hiding the gear that we need. That green gear up there, you see it? It goes away when I mouse up there. So here's a little trick to get in there. click on the three dots at the bottom, and then mouse over to here where you see this rectangle and two squares. Click on that, and the background image for these header rows actually are right here where you see this green. It's the second one down, not this one, but the second one down. You click on that gear and then click on background and then background image, and that's where that home valuation photo is living. So you'd click on there to replace that particular image and then save twice. And then you can just come up here and click on Exit Visual Builder, and you'll see that it has replaced that image properly. And you'll see that this particular image should probably be replaced again. It's a little too light. You can't see the white text there. So I always like to get a background image that's a little bit darker so that you can see that background text and the menu. So choose wisely. Now that you've replaced all of those panels with the global sections, I'm going to show you how cool this is. These panels live throughout your website, but when you make a change to it, all you need to do now is go to your dashboard and down here to the Divi library. And let's choose the footer. I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit. And then we're going to click on Build on the front end. Now this is going to put us basically into a visual builder for this particular layout. And now whatever edit we make on this page, I'll click on the gear for the phone number here. I'm just going to change this phone number to be anything. I'll make it 714 and let's just call it 640-1235. I'm going to click on Save. I'm going to change my title here to Riverside County, and you customize this to whatever your county is. Click on the green to save the change. And then I would put in my logo here, any specific text or images here. I would update this to be my particular email. Let's just call this this is sue@mybrokersite.com. And then we're going to come down here to these three dots, click, and then we're going to click here where it says Save. Now, note those changes that we made. You're going to see now when you go up to visit the site, I'll click on Dashboard, and then I'm going to click again to Visit Site. And now when we scroll down to the footer, you're going to see that this Riverside County Real Estate and your email address and the new phone number, any new logo, any customizations that you made here are going to be represented throughout the site. So let's go to the About page because we did customize that one to be global. We're going to go down and look at the footer. You'll see here, Riverside County Real Estate, Sue with the 714 number. This is really, really cool. So to edit the Work With Key Tin or your numbers or any of these, you're going to just do the same thing. You're going to go to the Dashboard, Divi Library, and let's go to, say, the Numbers page. There's a background image there that we're going to update. I'm going to click on Build on the front end. If you're really pro, you can edit in here, but I always like to build visually. So now you'll see that we have a background image here. I'm just going to click on the gear here, and I'll click on Background and Background Image, and you'll see it says a kitchen background photo. You're going to want to replace this with an image that's at least 2020 by 1347 pixels in dimensions, and I have it currently set for Use the Parallax Effect. So let's go ahead and replace this. I'm going to upload a file that I have here. And when that loads, I'll click on Upload an Image. And then I can see that image is in the background. I'm going to click the Save Changes green checkbox. And now I have a nice background image there. If I wanted to change any of these numbers, I can do so here. So let's say my real estate conversion rate is not quite 98%. It's more like 87%. That's fine. My sales volume is not quite 18 million. Maybe it's a little bit more realistic. It's 2 million. You'll see that's going to update as well. How many transactions have I done? I've actually done more than that, 54. Update. you'll see these update as we go. Let's say you don't want list to sale ratio. We can click on this and you can see where you can change this text to anything you want and of course update the number. I'll leave it as it is for now. And once I've worked with this global numbers section, I'm going to click here and commit this to a save. Now you're going to see when I exit Visual Builder, I'm going to go back to visit the site here. And you'll see when I scroll down, these numbers are going to be updated. 97%, 2 million, 54 transactions, the background image is there. How cool is that? And then we'll do the same thing with the Work With section. Let's go back to the Divi library, go to Dashboard, Divi Library. Let's go to the Work With Me section. I'm going to click to edit, and then I'm going to build on the front end. And let's update this to reflect the name of Sue Baker like we've done some of the other pages. I'm going to click here at the title and I'll say Work With Sue. And then we'll update this text as well to be whatever you want it to be. Once you've updated that text, click on the green Save button. And then here we'll go ahead and we're going to say Sue Baker. And click the green Save, and then I need a background image here. So I'll go ahead, the background image is actually up here. Don't get confused and try to put a background image here. The background image is this whole section. So we want to go up to the very top that defines the full section and click on that gear, and then we're going to click on background image, and now we're going to select a new background image. I'll go to upload a file and select a file from my library. Double click on the image that I select. I'm going to go ahead and click on upload image. Then I'm going to save. And now I can click on this purple try button and click save. And then we're going to come up and click on Exit Visual Builder. You always have to enter Visual Builder and then you have to exit Visual Builder. Okay, so we're going to now go to Visit Site. And if I scroll down, you're going to see that the numbers are done, updated. And now Work With Sue, Sue Baker is connected, the new footer. And we'll just check the About page. And you'll see that the About page numbers have been updated, the Work With Sue panel, and the footer. So you can see the incredible time saver on all these pages that show these common features, the numbers, the testimonials, the Work With Agent panel, and the footer. All of those pages get updated universally by you only updating the file within the Divi library. So that's just a huge time saver for you in the future. Okay, now I'm sure you're wondering, hey, Don, what about the testimonial section? Okay, good question. So this is where we need to go to plugins, and I'm going to go to installed plugins and basically explain what plugins are. To put them in their most simple form, plugins are external applications that you can upload, most of them for free, and they add functionality to your website. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deactivate Genesis Blocks. You don't need to know what it is. It's for another theme. We just don't need it. So I'm going to click to deactivate it, and now I'm going to delete it entirely. Click OK. I don't need the WordPress importer any longer, so I'm going to deactivate it, and I'm going to delete. And I don't need this exporter. I don't even know why that's there. I'm going to deactivate it and delete it. So now we only have one deactivated plugin, and I'm going to click to add the testimonial functionality plugin. So I'm going to click on Add New. And if I just type in testimonial here and wait, you'll see the first one that comes up says Strong Testimonials. It's got over 451 5-star reviews. It was updated 4 weeks ago, and yes, it's compatible with my version of WordPress, which is excellent. Over 100,000 active installations. This is a really good plugin. I'm going to click on Install Now. And once that's through installing, I'm going to activate it. Click on Activate. And as soon as that plugin is activated, I can go ahead and say, it says, thank you for installing your plugin. We'd like to track its usage. I never really am big on letting authors of these plugins track my usage. So I always click on Do Not Allow. If you don't have a problem with that, of course, you can click Allow. I'm going to click Do Not Allow. And now you'll see over on the left-hand side here, we have testimonials. I'm going to click on Add New. And I'm just going to call this testimonial number 1. Now I would put the testimonial text into here. I've just copied some about the previous mentioned broker from the website, copied some text, and I'm going to put their full name in. I'm just going to say this is Joe Sample. And I can put their company name in if I wished, or I could put a company website, but I'm just going to leave the name as Joe Sample. Now I'm going to click on Publish over here on the right. And just to save time, I'm going to click on Add New. I'm just going to label this my second testimonial, and I'm going to put in the same text. This is, again, just to save time, and I'll call this is from Mary Jones, this other testimonial, and I'm going to click on Publish. And then I'm going to add a new one, and this will be testimonial number 3 with unique testimonial text. And this is from Humpty Dumpty. Don't ask me why I chose that name. That's lame, but popped in my brain. Okay, and then just one more so that we can see the animations. If you recall, when there's 3, you don't see them scroll or animate. So I'm going to go ahead and just add one more, a 4th. And you can have as many of these testimonials, of course, that you want, or as many that you have. And I'll just call this Jerry Jones, and I'll publish that. Okay, so then the next thing we have to do is we have to create a view for our page to display these properly. So down here under testimonials, we're going to go to Views, and I'm going to click on Add New. We'll just call this My View. It doesn't matter what you call this. And we're going to be sure to select Slideshow. We don't need to touch any of these here. We want to deselect title because the title is those 1, 2, 3, 4 that we put in. We don't want those to appear on the page. So we're going to deselect that. We'll leave everything else here alone. Where it shows Slideshow and Show, we don't want just one. You could just choose one testimonial at a time. I think it looks better with 3. So I'm going to say multiple. And now you'll see that for large screens, we're going to choose 3 all the way to 1024 minimum screen width in pixels. I'm going to choose 3. And then for mobile and tablet, we'll leave it alone at 1. We're going to have it start automatically, have it be continuous sliding, pause on hover. You can choose to deselect any of these that you wish. All these others we can leave alone. I believe this is on default when you first come in here. I'm going to check that to be modern. And then I'm going to leave everything else alone here and click on Save Changes. Now you see it gave us this short code. The good news is that I already have your Divi Global layout for testimonials configured with this code. So you don't need to do anything else. Now you'll see that when we go to visit the site and we scroll down, your testimonials will be here. And watch, if I just sit here for a moment, after 8 seconds, it's going to go ahead and scroll to the next testimonial. And it'll do that every 8 seconds. And if you want to change the timing of that scroll, of course, you just come back in here and go to Views and select My View and Edit. And then scroll down, and you'll see that this is set for Show Slides for 8 seconds. Then scroll horizontally. So you can increase this or decrease this to whatever you want. And then the transition, I'd leave that alone at 1 second. That's a pretty good transition. And then when you're done, just always remember to save changes. So now this is one of our Divi global layouts. As you recall, we have this global testimonials layout. Watch this now. When you go to the site and any of these other pages where you have testimonials, let's say the About page, we're going to scroll down and there are your testimonials. So you don't have to update these testimonials on all the pages where these testimonials appear, thanks to those global layouts. So as far as customizations go, really all we have to do now is go to the various pages and update your name and any other information that might be on the page that you need to make uniquely yours. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the top here. We've already done the home page, so let's go to the About page. And you'll see it still says this other broker's name. I'm going to click on Enable Visual Builder. And you can just double click here. Remember, you can just select this text here on the page and type your name in. Or of course, you can just double click right about here and you can update the text here and then click the green Save button. And then we'll scroll down and we're going to update your information here. I'll just type this in to update it. And you do the same for each one of these elements here. Just click on this, update it, click the green box to save. You do the same thing for your mobile, office, address. When you get to these social properties, you're going to click on the gear and you can add any social network that you want here. There's just a slew of them. You can choose all kinds. So you can choose to update those. I'm not going to update. I'm going to, I wanted to go back to the gear. So let's say you're LinkedIn. I'm going to click on LinkedIn and here's the LinkedIn was selected and then you link. You go ahead and get your LinkedIn link and put it in there. And then you do the same thing for your Instagram or any of your other social properties. Click on the gear and then the link and you put the link in there. Click the save. And as you add these, here I'll add a, let's see, I'll add a, where's a good one? Well, let's just say, how about Pinterest? Go to the link. I'm going to put in the link there and you can see it added the Pinterest there. So just click on the plus to add any new social network, select it, give it a link, and you're good to go there. There I added Facebook, okay? And then we can, of course, update the sales agent photo, click on the gear, click on the photo. I think you recall how to do all of this from the earlier videos, so I won't go through all of this. Here again, we're going to click on the gear. Just say Meet Sue. You can see how easy this is. I mean, like I said, if you can use Microsoft Word, you can very easily come in here and update all of this text. This is your broker name, whatever agent. So this is all customizable. Here your numbers are done already. Your testimonials are done. Your work panel's done. Your footer's done. So when you're finished updating that page, we're just going to click on the three dots here and then of course the save. And remember, if we want to get into these background images, they're a little tricky. To get to those, we're going to click on the three dots and then over here, the rectangle with the three squares, we're going to click on that and it's the second green row. Click on the gear of the second green row and then background image, and you'll see that's where you can reset that image. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save this page. And you're just going to do this, exit the Visual Builder, of course, when you're done, after you've saved, and then just go through and do this for all of these pages. You know how to edit within the Builder now, so it's real simple for you to edit these pages. The menu bar here, you'll want to update your Department of Real Estate number. Let me show you where that is. If we go to Dashboard, and then we're going to go down to Divi and Theme Builder. And I'm going to go to the pencil here to edit the custom header, which is what we're editing there. That's the custom header. And it looks like there's nothing here, but you'll see there is some white text there. If you look, you can see portfolio a little bit and some other text. And over here, you can mouse over these and find them. If you click here, this is over to the right column where the DRE number was. You click on that gear, and this is where you'll edit that information, and then click the green. You could also click here, click on the rectangle and the two boxes, and now you see this better. This is defined as our menu, which is our main nav menu. And then this is the textual element where we can update the DRE information. So there's access to it both ways. If you have trouble finding it when you're here, mousing around, you kind of have to braille for it, then you can always find it in this means. Okay, so update that information and save, and then it will be updated on your menu globally throughout your site. Oh, once you make that save there, you click on this X to get out of there, and sometimes it'll say save edits or something like that. But here it says all changes have been saved. Just make sure that this does say all changes saved, and that sometimes it does want you to save it again. So be wary of that. So now if we go back and visit the site, we'll see that this is yours. I'll tell you what, this is 100% connected for you and your name and your agency. And the last thing we're going to need to do is download the Rover IDX plugin and configure that plugin for your specific agent number. And then I'm going to show you really the secret sauce of this complete website. And this is the link that is going to get visitors into your CRM, to get them to sign up and to give you their email address so you can get them to know, like, and trust you as their local agent. And you'll see that when I click on this Let's Connect, this is taking us into a marketing funnel. And again, this is the whole reason to even have a website. Yes, the website is informational and it gets them to understand who you are and it shows your listings. But at the end of the day, they're going to either contact you through the listings on the back of the Rover IDX plugin, or they're going to contact you here, which they're going to enter your marketing funnel. And I am giving you a total of 6 marketing funnels for free that are going to allow you to connect with your visitor in a way that websites simply cannot equal. So here, this particular agent is the Rent versus Buy gal. She says, let me show you how you can afford to own and save thousands over renting. She is going to give rent versus buy information to anybody who visits here. She says, let me show you how you can afford to own and save thousands over renting. And we showed this in the walkthrough video. Click here to get started. You enter your email and your phone number. Phone number is not required, or you can even remove it when you build this funnel. It's totally editable. And you click send me the free guide. 100% all of this is editable, including the background image, the broker image, all the text, everything. You click send me the free guide. This thank you page, of course, is customizable. And this is all in the back of this awesome software called ClickFunnels. But the details of all of this system are going to be in another video that you can see over there on the left that says hot lead generation. I'll get really deep into the free funnels that I'm offering you here, and you'll see how versatile and powerful they truly are.